ErnestLWest. This is Brother West. I am coming back to you again with another word of encouragement. For you. And I'm going to make a statement, and it's this right here, and it's concerning just relationships between two people. And I'm going to say this right here. If you're at home and you're in a relationship, you're married, and you're married, but your marriage, and in your marriage, you feel like you're in torment. And the reason why you feel like you're in torment because you feel like you can't trust the person, can't trust him, can't trust her. Every time they leave out the house, or every time she leaves out the house, every time he leaves out the house, you're afraid. You want to know what they're doing, where they're going, who they're going to see, who they talking to on the phone, all that kind of stuff. In your mind, you just worried about. And it's like you try to anticipate in your mind from looking at them. You go through the phones and all that. And I mean, you're married, but you're going through all that. And so my statement is right here. Why live with someone you can't trust? Why live? Why live in a place where you can't trust? Why live in torment? Why live in pain? Why live in a place? Why? Why put yourself through all of that if you can't trust? Why waste your time? Why waste your time? If you got to do all that, if you got to go through their phones, you got to go through and follow them in your car, find out where they're going and where they stand and where they living at and who they talking to and all of that. If you got to do all that, you need to just be single. You just need to be single. You don't need to be no married. You don't need to be not no relationship. You just need to be by yourself. If you're gonna be a stalker, when you say that you love someone, see, because love, next to love is trust. Next to trust, also a trust is believing their words, believing what they say, what they do. If you're not believing, then what you're doing? You're just existing while you're there. And so, don't waste your time. If you feel like you're wasting your time, don't stop tormenting yourself. Then the question is, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Are you willing? And so you might be with someone that you might say that the person is horrible. She's horrible. Don't want to be with him. Don't want to be with him. Don't want to be around them. Don't want to do this no more. My question is, and you're staying. You know what you're dealing with. You see the problems. You see what you got to deal with. You see her. You see him. And the question you need to know, and I need to ask you this question: Are you willing to deal with it? Are you willing to deal with it? Are you willing to love them beyond it? See, because that's what it is. When you marry someone, when you're with someone, you look beyond their faults. When you get in a relationship with someone, we all got faults. But what you do, the faults is what attracts you, because you see that they're vulnerable. You see that they're human. You see their mistakes. And then in return, you show them your mistakes, your scars, who hurt you. And then you share. But then what happens then? You bump heads, you have a disagreement. And so now you're bringing out each other's flaws, each other's shortcomings, stuff that you already knew. You already knew that. You already knew she was this way, and you know how he was that way. And so you already knew this. It ain't nothing new. So true love is to love beyond. God, he looked me, amazing grace. God loved me. He looked beyond all my faults, all my shortcomings, the things that I did that nobody knew about but me and God. Me and God. He loved me beyond all of that. He looked beyond all of my faults. Matter of fact, there's a scripture that said he put him in the sea of forgetfulness. From everlasting to everlasting, God. And so if he loved me, merited favor, he loved me even though I didn't deserve it. And he didn't record or document my mistakes. God don't, and he doesn't document my mistakes. He didn't. And so if God didn't document my mistakes, if he didn't document your mistakes, then why are you documenting? Why are you documenting other people's mistakes? Why are you? If God can forgive you, then you have to forgive them. And if you're there now, then count up the cost. Are you willing to go through that? Are you willing to love them beyond that? Are you? Because just like you have to look at it, look at the other side. Look at the other side. Look at the other person's point of view. That's one of the things that I try to do. But wife, look at her point of view. You have to. You just can't see your side. Because if you just see your side, your point of view, then that's selfish. That's like having tunnel vision. You can only see one way. That's straight ahead. But just think. Just sit and think and just think, well, what about how the other person thinks? What about how the other person feels? You ever thought about that? That's the question. When it comes to conflict, when it comes to reasoning, when it comes to trying to rationalize and trying to get an understanding on what's going on, when you're talking to that person, when you're talking to him, when you're talking to her, say in your mind, am I wrong? I could be wrong. Let me put myself in his shoes. Let me put myself in her shoes. And see, a lot of times we don't want to do that. Even in conversation, when we communicate, angry, in our mind we're justified. In our mind we're justified. And just like when you have a disagreement, when you back up and you get quiet, as soon as you get quiet, that's when the accuser come in and start talking to your mind and trying to justify. Well, you know you're right. Well, you know they're wrong. He shouldn't have did that. She shouldn't have said that. You know it. You know it. And so God want to deliver you from those thoughts. See, because the devil, he's the accuser, and he never. You need to know that the devil never wants your marriage to come together. He don't want you to have a marriage, because marriage represents, it signifies unity. Marriage signifies Christ in the church. That's what it does. It signifies it. It signifies life-giving. It signifies creation. It signifies likeness in God. It signifies authority and power. He don't want that. That's why he said we're two agree. As a touch and anything they ask, it shall be done. That's why God told the man and the woman, what I put together. Let no man come in between, separated. No man, no woman, no one. There ain't got to be a man, be a woman. Situation, mind, thoughts, your ways, your habits, whatever it is, your pride, intuition, whatever it is. Don't let nothing, mama, daddy, come in between. What you constitute between you and God, because it was you, God, and that person. And it should be you, God, and that person that works it out or deal with it. Don't invite people into your home. Don't invite people into your marriage. Keep them out. Keep them out. Because you don't need voices, all kind of voices in your house. Don't need no voices in your house. God need to be the head. He need to be the voice. Another voice should be you and your spouse. 3 voices. God, going to God, you and the spouse, and you coming together. And then if you're thinking, oh, he shouldn't know my feelings, she shouldn't know my feelings. No, don't work like that. Don't work like that. You might know, but the Bible says, and I think it's in the book of Peter, a man or a woman, dwell with a woman according to knowledge. Dwell, live, abide, habitate, have a relationship. You're saying under the same roof. You're under the same roof. You got to talk. You can't be just sitting and walking around and just listen to each other breathe. Listen to each other think. That's crazy. No, you got to talk. Got to talk. Is it okay? Got to talk. God bless you. Can we do that? Can we talk?